Welcome back to Superhero Explained. Today, we are diving into Hulk Smash Everything number 4, and this issue is exactly what the title promises. This is not just Hulk fighting heroes. This is Hulk coming back from the end of the universe angrier than ever, and taking things so far that the entire planet starts to break under him. We open with Hulk already back on Earth, and he is furious. After surviving endless eternity inside a cosmic singularity, Hulk returns straight to the base of the leader, Dr. Samuel Stearns, and does not knock. He smashes right through the roof and drops in on Stearns like a nightmare that should not even be possible. The leader is stunned. He cannot process what he is seeing. He already sent Hulk away. Hulk should not be here. But Hulk cuts through all of that immediately. He says he is back, and this time he is never leaving, because Hulk wins. Hulk always wins. Then he explains, in classic Hulk fashion, that he made it all the way to the end of the universe, and when he got there, he smashed a stupid hat. That makes Stearns realize Hulk is talking about Galactus. And before Stearns can do anything except panic and throw his arms up, Hulk makes it clear what happens next. Now he is here to smash the big brain. And Hulk does not waste a second. He brings both fists down and flat out says what this issue is about. Hulk is going to smash everything. The impact is so violent that the shockwave alone sends the leader flying. So right away, this is not a back and forth fight. Stearns is already being overwhelmed. The leader barely survives the first hit, and the second he gets an opening, he tries to run. He opens a portal and starts talking fast, telling Hulk to listen. He says the time platform is destroyed. Hulk won, and since Hulk already won, there is no reason to keep hating him. Then he leans all the way into desperate flattery, saying he yields and calling Hulk the strongest one there is. So outwardly, he is surrendering. But the second he gets through the portal and lands outside the fortress, the act disappears. Lying there on his back, he mutters that Hulk is really just the stupidest one there is. And that lasts about 1 second, because Hulk comes smashing straight through the walls behind him, towering over Stearns and roaring in his face. So yeah, the fake surrender does absolutely nothing. Now it turns into a full-on chase. The leader runs for his life with Hulk right behind him, still trying to play the apology card. He says he is sorry and basically begs Hulk to accept it. But Hulk shuts that down immediately. He says Stearns is not sorry for what he did. He's only sorry that he lost. He's not sorry that he tried. That gets under Stearns' skin, and he drops the fake remorse instantly. As he runs into a narrow alley, he snaps back that Hulk was supposed to be the stupid one after all. Then he admits the truth. He is not sorry. The only thing he regrets is that Hulk is still alive, and he still plans to fix that as soon as he gets the chance. So even while fleeing for his life, Stearns is still Stearns. Then, just as Hulk reaches in to grab him, Stearns opens another portal and escapes again, throwing out one last goodbye to Hulk as he goes. This portal drops him into New York, right on top of a car in the traffic. He barely catches himself as the horns start blasting. A driver gets out and yells at him to get off the road. And Stearns, still panicking, still smug, just mouths off at the guy too. Then Stearns heads into an alley, still acting like he's above everybody around him. He grumbles that people are honking at the smartest person on the planet, and in his mind, their ignorance would almost be sad if it were not so pathetic. And immediately, reality checks him. Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, and Iron Man fly overhead. Strange picks up on that smartest person line, and jokes that Tony Stark and Reed Richards might disagree. Tony greets him. Reed addresses him directly. Stearns just freezes and asks how they found him. Strange explains that Stearns is using his ring of Zona, and because Strange understands how it works, he can track it. Then Tony and Reed get right to the point. They know what Stearns has been doing, and Reed flat out tells him that provoking Hulk was a spectacularly bad idea. Stearns, still arrogant enough to poke Reed in the chest, tries to brush it off like it is not technically a crime. And then they all hear it. Hulk roaring in the distance. Everybody looks up, and Stearns realizes the problem instantly. Hulk followed him here from Latveria. So now the panic becomes real, because Hulk is still coming. And this time, Hulk catches him. He lands directly on Stearns and slams into him head-on, roaring, "Hulk smash big brain!" And then he just keeps hitting him. No trick, no speech, no escape route. At this point, Stearns is not manipulating the situation. He is just getting destroyed. Reed is the first one to physically intervene. He wraps himself around Hulk and tries to stop the beating, warning him that if this continues, he is going to kill Stearns. And Hulk answers with something that matters a lot here. No Bruce, only Hulk. That tells you exactly where his head is right now. Banner is not coming through to calm this down. As far as Hulk is concerned, Bruce is gone, and Hulk is all that is left. Reed strains to hold him, but he knows immediately that this is not sustainable. Hulk's fist stops inches from Stearns' face, and Reed admits he cannot hold him much longer. Hulk is too strong. Tony reacts fast, grabs the leader, and flies him out of there. But all that does is redirect Hulk's rage. Hulk slams the ground and roars again. And Reed makes the call that changes the whole scale of the issue. They cannot do this on their own. Tony asks who they need. Reed says, everyone. And the second he says it, Hulk proves the point by pulling against Reed's stretched body so violently that Reed screams in pain. So now this is no longer a small team problem. Strange starts summoning backup immediately. While Hulk is still manhandling Reed badly enough to literally stretch his nose with his fingers, Strange gets the portal open, and a whole wave of heroes comes through. Captain America, Invisible Woman, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, The Thing, Spider-Man, Thor, Black Panther, Squirrel Girl, Hawkeye, and the Human Torch. Sue moves first. She sees Reed in trouble, says she has him, and immediately traps Hulk inside a force-filled bubble. That finally gives Reed a second to breathe. And in the middle of all this chaos, Reed gets a nice little bit where he thanks Sue and tells her she is, and always has been, spectacular. So after several pages of Hulk bulldozing absolutely everybody in front of him, this is the first real moment where the heroes create even a little control. But Sue makes the limitation clear immediately. That force field is going to hold for seconds, not minutes. So the heroes assess the situation fast. Tony points out the obvious nightmare factor here. Hulk was sent to the end of the universe, survived, and came back. Steve adds that he clearly did not come back unchanged. T'Challa sharpens it further and says this is the strongest Hulk any of them ever has seen. That is the real diagnosis. Tony suggests they stall for time and hope Hulk comes down. Steve shuts that down immediately, because time is exactly what they do not have. So Sue reframes the problem. Maybe this is not about beating Hulk here. Maybe it is about moving him somewhere isolated, somewhere unpopulated, somewhere he cannot hurt anyone while he cools off. Tony suggests Antarctica. Reed immediately points out the flaw. Distance does not matter if Hulk can just leap back. And this Hulk just crossed from Latveria to New York. This is when Strange and Wanda start thinking in magical terms. Strange proposes combining his portals with Wanda's chaos magic to create something adaptive and responsive enough to reroute Hulk in real time. Wanda understands immediately, but she says what everybody is already feeling. Whatever they're going to do, they need to do it now. Because right then, Hulk breaks straight through Sue's force field and comes roaring back out. So the tiny window they had is already gone. Hulk charges the entire group and makes his target list very simple. Puny heroes. That is when the portal plan activates. A portal opens directly in front of Hulk, and he barrels right through it, only to smash face first into a massive block of ice in Antarctica. For 1 second, it looks like the tactic might work. But Hulk gets up back immediately. He leaps for the portal again and mocks the heroes while doing it, saying nobody can stop Hulk. Then the trap hits him again and dumps him right back into the snow. So the heroes are not overpowering Hulk here. They are rerouting him. For the moment, that is the only thing saving everyone. Hulk crashes into snow again, gets back up furious, and now he starts yelling directly at the portal. He calls it stupid and tries to solve the problem the only way Hulk knows how: smash it. So he jumps right back through and gets slammed into the snow again. And now the anger starts sounding more personal. Hulk demands to know why the heroes will not leave him alone. So for the first time in the middle of all this destruction, you can feel the hurt underneath the rage starting to break through. Hulk keeps hurling himself through that portal loop over and over again, smashing back into the snow, and now he finishes the thought: leave Hulk alone. And then the scale of this issue explodes. The narration makes it clear that Hulk is unleashing a level of force this world has never seen before. Strength beyond anything ever harnessed by one man or one monster. He smashes so hard that the Antarctic ice shelf splits into two. So this is no longer just Hulk is stronger than usual. Whatever happened to him inside that cosmic singularity pushed him into a completely different category. Then Hulk turns the hero's plan against them in the most Hulk way possible. He keeps smashing into the ground over and over, digging deeper with every hit. And his logic is brutally simple. If the heroes made it so he cannot leave the ice by going up, then he will leave by going down. And while he does it, Hulk fully spells out where his mind is now. He says he made a body inside a black hole. He says he's not just the strongest one there is anymore. He's the strongest one there ever will be. Stronger than Big Brain. Stronger than Stupid Hat. Stronger than everyone. Then the narration scales it up even farther. Hulk is hitting the earth with impossible force, again and again and again. He is striking the planetary crust harder than it has ever been struck before. The comparison is almost surgical, like a jeweler cleaving a diamond. And the page ends on the warning that should terrify you. All of that energy has to go somewhere. So now the question stops being how do the heroes contain Hulk and becomes what happens to the planet if they can't. Hulk keeps going, screaming the mission statement of the issue all over again. Hulk smash everything. And the narration makes brutally clear what that actually means. Just like a diamond can be split by the right impact in the right place with the right force, Hulk is now hitting the earth with that same kind of catastrophic precision. Then we pull all the way back and see the result from the moon. A giant crack opening straight through the planet. So yes, this issue has now escalated all the way to Hulk literally cracking the earth in half. And now we see the consequence of that crack. The narration explains that beneath the earth's surface, around the solid inner core of iron and nickel, there is the outer core, a vast ocean of molten metal held under unimaginable pressure. And Hulk just ruptured the planet badly enough to release it. So all that buried pressure erupts upward, and a massive torrent of molten metal blasts straight into Hulk. And for the first time in this whole sequence, Hulk is not the one inflicting the pain. He's the one screaming from it. So after going back from city-level destruction to literally splitting the planet, the Earth itself finally hits back. Then the molten metal fully engulfs him. It coats Hulk's flesh while he screams, and the narration makes the emotional engine of this form of Hulk painfully clear. The pain feeds the rage, and the rage turns around and justifies the pain. So instead of stopping him, this only drives him further. And the scariest part is that Hulk does not want it to end. He will not stop. He does not want to stop. At this point, Hulk wants total destruction. He wants the world to burn. Back in New York, the heroes feel the consequences. A violent quake hits, and at first, it sounds like maybe this is just an earthquake. Tony hears the noise, Strange realizes it's coming from below, and Reed starts reading the bigger pattern almost instantly. He notices that the planet's magnetic field is changing, which should be impossible. And then, he realizes what the Hulk has actually done. Reed panics, stretches himself higher and higher into the atmosphere to see further, and Sue throws up a protective barrier around the others and carries them up with him. From there, Reed explains the disaster in horrifying terms. This was not a normal earthquake caused by tectonic plates slipping. The Antarctic continental plate is just collapsing downward into a rapidly hollowing earth, and soon the rest of the continents are going to follow. Then they see it, a gigantic plume of the planet's core erupting through Antarctica, so massive it is visible from anywhere on Earth. And Reed gives the blunt final diagnosis. This is not just the end of life on this planet. This is the end of everything. So the issue has finally crossed from Hulk rampage into outright planetary extinction. And back at the center of all of it, Hulk is still engulfed in molten metal, and now he finally puts words to what this destruction means to him. He screams that this is what happens when people do not leave Hulk alone. This is what happens when everyone is cruel to Hulk. That matters because the comic makes his emotional logic explicit here. In Hulk's mind, this is not a random destruction. This is retaliation. This is the world feeling a fraction of what he feels. So even with the earth literally breaking apart around him, Hulk does not see himself as a monster here. He sees himself as the one who was pushed too far. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and comment your favorite moment down below. I'll see you next time on Superhero Explained.